Good old days. The years go by, but the memories stays, and those were the good old days.
Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. New intro there for memory lane. Hope you like it, because that's how it's going to be now for the rest of the duration of this memory lane series, which is a long time, folks, because I have so much memories. Thank you so much for down memory lane with me. Let me take you back to tell the story of Ron Ice. Ron was married to my Aunt Sue. Her real name was Edwina Sue, but we called her Sue. I believe her real mother was Millie. I want to say her last name was Millie. I'm gonna take that back. I know her real mom's name was Millie, and I'm sure my Aunt Bodie will correct me and tell me exactly what her last name was, seeing as she's up into all the genealogy and all the different things that has to do with our family tree. So I'm sure she'll be able to bring me up to code on her last name. But anyway, my Aunt Sue was adopted by my Papa Lowell and my Grandma Idabel. I don't know what all transpired with her and her real mother Millie, but that's how it went. Well, she married Ron. I don't quite sure know where Ron went, but my Aunt Sue met some weird men in her life. Well, there's only a couple men in her life, but she met some weird men in her life that, and I don't know where she met Ron, but I'll go into where she met her second husband, Earl Taylor, in just a minute. But one thing about Ron that stands out in my time is, I can remember sitting down to eat supper. It was my Aunt Patricia, my Aunt Patty, my cousin Sean, my Grandma Idabel, my Papa Lowell, me, and I don't know if my mom was there or not. And it was also my cousin Sharon Lynn, which was my Aunt Sue and Ron's daughter. She was sitting there eating mashed potatoes. She's about 6 months old, maybe a year old, somewhere in that area. And when they walked in, Ron says, "What's going on? What's going on here?" And my Aunt Patty had spoken up. She said, "Well," she says, "she's just here eating supper. She's eating mashed potatoes. She's too young for that. She don't need to be eating that stuff. She's too young for that. So get her up to the table. We're gonna leave. She ain't gonna eat here no more. She ain't gonna be coming here no more. You're gonna kill her. She's not allowed to eat mashed potatoes like that." Papa Lowell stood up. He said, "Hey, you dumb son of a bitch." He said, "I'll tell you what." He said, "As long as my granddaughter's at my house, she's gonna eat and she's gonna do whatever she wants to do." He said, "I'll tell you what." He said, "You got about 3 seconds to shut your mouth, or I'm gonna throw your ass out of here." Ron spoke up and said the wrong thing to Papa Lowell. He says, "You don't have the balls." Big mistake. Papa Lowell, being blind and all, went over to follow his voice. Went over and picked him up and just walked him out, threw him out the front door, out the front screen door, and he fell on his tumbled off the porch and fell on his ass. Papa Lowell said that he didn't want to see him there again. He said, "My daughter and my granddaughter are welcome, but I don't want to see your ass here again." He goes, "You're not allowed here again." Well, Ron said, "I'm going to kick your ass." Here it is, Ron, a guy who's a couple fries short of a Happy Meal, or a couple bricks shy of a load, wanted to fight Papa Lowell, as my Aunt Bodie said, a skinny blind man against a crazy stupid man. I don't know how many years Ron and Aunt Sue were divorced, but I know they got divorced, and Ron had worked at a restaurant called Frank's, a restaurant in, up around Lincoln Way East in Massillon. And Lincoln Way, or Frank's is still longer there, but I can remember when Ron was working there, and you'd see Ron always riding his bike every time. Ron was weird because he shaved his legs, he shaved his armpits, he shaved his chest hairs. He was a little bit weird. But every time you seen Ron after him and my Aunt Sue had divorced, you heard, "Hey, I got a question for you." "Yeah, Ron." I was wondering, is Sue's name still Ice? No, Ron, no. Oh, it's not. Oh, no, she's married now. Her name is Taylor. Oh, really? Yeah, and Ron was just weird that way. But now, seeing as, that time when my Aunt Sue had met a man named Earl Taylor. Earl Taylor, nicknamed Shorty, and he was a short man. I believe I was told short in many ways. Excuse me. But Earl, or Shorty, if you will, he was the most annoying man you ever meet in your life. She met him at a carnival. He worked for a guy named Chuck Snyder, Snyder's Amusements. And believe it or not, he was really dirty, filthy, and nasty, and just downright. I mean, you know how carnival people can be. I'm sure you've seen over the course of your time. You go and their hands are all dirty and everything, and they're just filthy. He was living out of his truck, a black truck. I remember she met him, and I do believe, if I ain't mistaken, anywhere between 2 weeks to a month after she met him, they got married. I don't believe my Papa Lo was too happy about that, but it was just one of those things that she had married Shorty, or Earl, if you will. And I can remember Sean and him got into a fight one time. He'd been over there to him and my Aunt Sue went over there for something or another, and I can remember him and Sean got into a fight. Sean called him Papa Smurf. He's like, "Damn it, my name is not Papa Smurf. It's not Papa Smurf." But him and Sean got into it. I believe Sean kneed him downstairs in the old breadbasket there, right in the balls. And I do remember that being one of the funniest times there. But eventually, my Aunt Sue and Earl, or Shorty, had divorced. Due to some certain circumstances. He had basically ran her into the ground in many ways. I don't know exactly what he did or what he gave her or whatever he actually done to her, but Aunt Sue was just never the same after that, in many ways than one. But I do want to say that another moment that really stands out to me about Shorty, or Earl Taylor, if you will, was the fact that during one of the Christmases there, I believe it's 1989, there I have the DVD that Aunt Bodie sent, was they had showed up, Sue and my Aunt Sue and Earl, or Shorty, showed up, and just seeing him on camera definitely made you want to sing la 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 Smurf the whole day long. But anyway, with that being said, it's just Ron Ice was just crazy in his own right, and Earl Taylor, or Shorty, was just stupid as all get out. I don't know where my Aunt Sue met her husbands, or where she met these, or what she was thinking when she. Well, I knew what she met him. I'm not sure about Ron, but Earl, of course, was with the carnival. But I don't know exactly what she was thinking when she married these two idiots. But you going down memory lane now and talking about this, I get to laughing, because about a year and a half to 2 years after they were divorced, you'd see Ron. After Frank's had closed down, he got a job at Bob Evans, and that's where he still works today. To this present day, is Bob Evans in Massillon, Ohio. And although I'm not there, if I saw Ron, I'm sure I'd get the same scenario. Hey, I was wondering, is Sue's name still Ice? Another thing I didn't mention is Sharon Lynn. She'd probably be in her late 20s, I believe. Her late 20s. My cousin Sharon Lynn, my Ron and Aunt Sue's daughter. Not shortly after the incident there that I mentioned at the beginning, Sharon Lynn got taken away, and we haven't seen her since. And I can speak for everybody in my family. We like to see her, and we like to see how she has grown into a woman, and how she is how good of a head she's got on her shoulders. But it's just a thing that I look back on, and like I said, it's funny. Hey, I just want to know, is Sue's name still Lice? No, Ron, no! What an idiot! Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.